Today's tutorial we're going to go through how to set up an email address on your Mac computer. This also is very similar to setting up a iPad and an iPhone, so it's a multi-purpose tutorial. So the first thing we need to do is open up your mail client, which looks like a little stamp down there if you don't know it. So the first thing we need to do is open up the preferences. This is where all your settings are for your email accounts. I've got several accounts set up, and today we're going to set up an SEO web address. So I'll just type in some bits just to speed things up. So basically the full name this is what will be displayed when the email is sent. So it will say in the from box SEO, or if you put James it will show James, or Cocoon FX Media, etc. So we're just going to put SEO. So this is the first stage of the setup. So if we click on continue, it will just double check that that email address works. Okay, the account type's quite important. There's several options here. POP3, which is the most commonly used one, this does not coordinate with the server. This marks all the read, deleted, replied emails in the actual application you are using, and will not show up on the server. For example, if you opened it in on your Mac, and you deleted it by mistake and you wanted to get it back, and you went to the webmail account to get that back, you wouldn't be able to get it because it would be deleted locally, same as if it was on your iPhone or iPad. IMAP is something which I use because it synchronizes across all devices, and it coordinates between the server and any mail application. So messages which are opened on your Mac will also open on the server, your iPad, your iPhone, your MacBook Pro, your PC, or whatever device you're using. So on this case we're going to use IMAP. We should always give this a description. I'm going to give it a bad one and call this test. Now IMAP has a slightly different setting to POP3. If you're using POP3, you would use mail.cocoonfxmedia. This is an unsecure sending because POP's really like Hotmail. Or if you're using IMAP, we would use the server side, which is my server here, or my web server, and this uses a SSL secure socket, so chances are you get less spam, things like that. The only downside to IMAP is that it will eat up your web space, so if you're heavy on email you will have to do regular housekeeping, and it's always best to make sure that you clear your trash all the time, and that goes for POP3 as well. So the username, we'll just put in the email address, and the password is here. So your web hosting provider should provide you the information for IMAP and incoming servers. This will work on all Cocoon FX Media's web hosting packages. So let's do continue. Okay, that's instantly recognized. So on an outgoing server, it's always best to give it a name as well. With Macs, particularly on desktop versions, it will find every single mail server you're putting in the outgoing. So it's always best to use your drop down menu to select the server, because it will always use the incoming server as well. All outgoing email is sent by something called STMP, which is a standard web format, but we don't really need to know that. You have to use authorization and authentication, so the username will be the email and the password. So typically it doesn't work, so let's just see what I've done wrong. Okay, I've got the password wrong here. Outgoing email, there's various different forms of security. Always leave it on password and use secure socket level. That gives you a little extra bit of protection. Just click on the next button. If I go back, sorry, going to just go to continue. It then just gives you a quick summary on what's going on. So it's saying take the account online. So we are. So if I close out, I'd already sent a test to this box a while back, but if I go to my email here and do SEO at test 2, I've got a web forwarder on there, but as you can see, as it's on the same server as mine, the email is instant. The only final things just need to double check. If we go back to preferences and go to here, on the advanced settings, it has to go on a particular port 993 for Macs and for PCs. Sometimes on Outlook you have some strange behaviors which goes on, but these should be the settings. And then it's always best to always make sure these are ticked. I never keep store the junk messages on the server. I should actually put that to 1 day. Move deleted messages to the trash mailbox, so yeah, and store deleted messages on server. Let's take that off, and permanently erase after 1 week. So that's a bit of housekeeping. So as soon as you've done that, you want to save it, and that's your settings saved. So if you've got any questions on how to set up the mail account, or if you get stuck, you can visit our website and contact us through there on www.cocoonfxmedia.co.uk, or you can follow us on Twitter at cocoonfxmedia, or you can give us a call on 01827 217 749. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.